Good morning, fellow traders. Happy Friday the 13th, March 13th. Let's hope it's a lucky Friday the 13th. How's that? Good morning, by the way. Black Coffee Trader here with the daily trade plan and kind of looking at the markets this morning and what we're seeing. The thing that jumps out to me this morning is we have the big daily 200 moving average sitting right above price on ES and NQ. And we are trading right back into the range from yesterday. So that's where price is sitting right now at 7:40 in the morning. We are pretty much in the middle of yesterday's range, which is something I'm going to be very, very cautious of. I talked about this a day or two ago about doing that on, I think, Tuesday, traded in the range and just got wrecked. And so definitely going to be careful of that. Yesterday we had quite a bit of a divergence. Well, not really, sort of a divergence. We were trading below the daily 200 on NQ, but we were trading kind of in the middle, right around the daily 200 on ES, and the market just couldn't go anywhere yesterday. Just ugly, ugly day. So we're looking for rejections of the daily 200, but it's not really a trade I'm looking to take, because we're in the middle of the range. I mean, I have to be very convinced of a rejection off of that 200 for me to take that short today. I think that the waiting period for me is this low of day from yesterday. If we break that, now we look for further downside. You also have this open, the gap open from Sunday night, sitting right below the low of day from yesterday. And then these areas right here, and I forget which is which, I should mark them, but this is the September, October, November lows, all converging, and these are the exact low points of the months. And I have that sitting right below price. You can see the overnight session we tested that. I think this might be the, I guess I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I have to go back and look if it's the which month it is, but one of the monthly lows was sitting below price. But if we fall below there, obviously there's some downside. So that's the look. It's really, we got to get back below yesterday's low for me to get too interested in shorts, unless I'm really, really convinced on a great entry, maybe below this overnight from Thursday or Wednesday night, or a rejection off of this daily 200. But again, this is in the middle of yesterday's range, and that's something I'm not interested in too much. If we break above yesterday's high of day, you have the daily 200 or daily 20 sitting above price. But if you can break above that, now you've got to move. Yes, you're trading up into this consolidation area, but if you get the fuel to push out of this area, maybe that gives us what we need to go higher. So that's the look on NQ. ES, quite similar. We're really, really close to the daily 200, sitting right here just above price where it is right now. Again, we're sitting pretty much in the middle of yesterday's range. Here you can kind of see the daily 200 hasn't moved much from yesterday, but we were trading right within it yesterday. And so today, again, looking for a break above that 200 and above the high of day from yesterday to set up a long trade. You are longing into the daily 20. Nope, that's not correct. That's a low. The daily 20 is sitting up here. 20,150 are sitting above, way above price. So if we can get above the high of day from yesterday, maybe above this low of day from Wednesday, if you can do that, definitely sets up a long. Maybe we have enough fuel again to get through this consolidation area that we've been trading into. So a little bit cautious there, but that is a potential. Big picture, you have a low and you have a higher low. So, does that give us the fuel? Does it give us the fuel that we need to push higher? To the downside, if you break yesterday's low, very much interested. You do have these lows in the overnight to contend with, but I think there definitely could be some downside if that sets up. If you lose this low from the overnight on Sunday night, I do think there's a lot of downside potential on the ES. We have to really zoom out. So that low from Sunday night is sitting right here, and you've got quite a ways, all the way down here to the 6600s. So if you lose that area, there's a pretty nice trade below there. And then let's zoom out even further. I should switch to, yeah. See, if you lose this next level, now you've got a big move, and this is down to, I think this would be the September low. Right here's the September low on ES. So there's a lot of downside opportunity if you can get that move, provided we get that bigger drop. We'd have to get below this area. But if we do, there's some downside opportunity there. So again, in the middle of yesterday's range right at the moment, so not interested in this. We've got to get above the high of day or get back below the low of day for me to get really interested in the big one here. Is we're sitting right below the daily 200 moving average, so it's going to take something, I think, to get us above that and really feel this thing higher. If we do, I think that's the thing with the daily 200. If you get above it convincingly, now you're probably going to have fuel to go. If we reject off of it heavily, we're probably going to be pushing lower, and so that may be our determining factor today, is what happens around this daily 200. So on that note, we also do have news this morning at 8:30. We have core PCE, preliminary GDP. There's also durable goods. There are a few things happening at 8:30 that's probably going to move the market. And then we also have JOLTS job openings at 10 o'clock this morning. So might be a good morning to sit out until, give the first half hour, 45 minutes of the market time to do its thing, and then look for opportunities because of that news. And again, this news this morning may move us one way or the other. So we've got two big news events coming up this morning that could, put us into one area of the market above or below. Moving on, Dow Jones, here we have the daily 200 sitting right at yesterday's high of day, so big watch there. Again, we are sitting within yesterday's range at the moment right here. This is where price is at, so definitely looking for a move below yesterday's low of day for downside and a break above that 200 for upside. I'd probably want us to get above the Wednesday low of day for me to really get interested in a long, just because the high of day from yesterday is sitting right at that 200. I'd like to see us have some fuel before we really get too aggressive on longs on the Dow Jones. But again, daily 200, big watch. That's what we're looking at. Last but not least is the Russell. The Russell has been a little bit boring as of late, but here we are again. We're sitting right in right in the range from yesterday. The only outlying one of the indices here is the Russell, with the daily 200 sitting below price, significantly below price at, in relation to the rest of the markets. So we are definitely in yesterday's range, and you can see, what a mess this has been in. This is just not good, and so definitely staying away. I'm probably going to stay away unless we get above the Wednesday high of day for longs. And I'm probably going to stay away until we break the 200 for shorts. So really this entire area from Wednesday low to the daily 200 is probably off limits for me today on the Russell. Just too many fake outs. Russell is really, I've had some really nice trades on the Russell, but I've also been faked out pretty badly. And one of the things I've really noticed the Russell to do is sometimes you get a big run in the morning in the first 10 minutes, and then you give it all back and you get a big move back to the downside. So it can be really careful, or really kind of frustrating. So I think for that matter, or for that reason, I'm really looking for this low of day from Wednesday to break for the upside, and I want this daily 200 to break for the downside. If we're within that, I think it's just staying away and looking for something else. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's what we're looking at today. Obviously, yesterday took a couple of trades, ended up with a $300 red day on two of my accounts, and again, I am just taking it very careful in this area, until we get some continuation on this market. I'd like to see this market make a move one way or the other. I don't really care if it's up or down. You can make money in either direction. It's just when we do this stuff here, this is an account killer, a mentality destroyer, and an anger. What's the word I'm looking for? An anger. I don't know. It just makes me angry. And I know I shouldn't do that, but I can't lie. The last 2 days, I've gotten pissed at this market, and it's not good. So let's not get pissed on a Friday. So anyway, thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. Hope you get some value out of this, these morning trade plans, and maybe it gives you something to think about. So, hey, have a good trading day today. Keep your head on straight, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.